everybody. This is Rael, and I am back. Finished this discussion about the all-seeing eye or the divine eye. And all right, I'm back again. Okay, it seemed like I was having a huge trying to record, and this is part two about the all-seeing eye, the divine eye. Again, my name is Rael, and I'm talking about this because we're in that age, where they talk about the golden ratio and understanding pi, understanding illumination. And I just want to talk about this because I feel that you know this idea has been made more advanced than it needed to be. And when we look at the all-seeing eye, let's first start with meditation. All right, when Buddha and some of the other sages and Buddhists started learning, the first thing that they did was they meditated. They learned to close their eyes, and they learned to navigate in the dark. All right, clue, hint, they learned to navigate in the dark. That means that they learned to be able to leave their body to go into the higher dimensions to get answers. All right, but even then they knew that that wasn't just spirituality. That could not be the hard truth, that if we just close our eyes, that just doing that can get us to the highest state of illumination. All right, and so for most people, the people who settled at that understanding, they didn't understand that there was something that we had to do, something that we had to do within ourselves to offset ourselves, so that we could find our own way, but not just look at everyone else and see the difference, but how were we able to see ourselves within others? And how was we able to simplify the idea that when we went anywhere, we traveled from place to place, there had to be some way that we could discern and still know that we're home wherever we are. And I feel that when people understand that's what the all-seeing eye is that it really helps to break down the gate, the boundaries that we set. That whenever I'm able to look within you and look you in the eye, and maybe I know what maybe we can speak the same language or not, but chances are if we do speak the same language, then I already have a greater understanding about you, because I understand the characteristics and the details of how you were made as a creation. Right. So when we look at the all-seeing eye, it's something that everyone understood. It was a tool used that all the elders and even the high kings and priests, they were able to use this, because not only was this a key, all right, for just understanding nature, it was a key that enhanced the speed at which you process information. So what it was more processing power. It allowed for the male and the female to actually be in harmony for a change. And the reason why is because it was like it seems like that dark aspect of us, of being able to go into the dark to get answers, is something that we all can do, right, naturally. But then viewing and being an objective observer and being able to see some of the things, but see it with greater detail, not just see it like, hey, he got big eyes, but see a person's eyes and understand why their eyes are big and why they see the way they see and why they see me the way they see me. Right? See, that takes viewing a little bit further than just checking them out and being just a cousin or a brother. It's, I see them and I see past the eye. I see what makes the eye. Right? And when I say what makes the eye, it's what makes the eye frown, what makes the eye happy, what makes the eye all these different things. So just like I was saying before, is in part one, is that when we learn the all-seeing eye, which is the master key to consciousness, it allows us that wherever we go, all right, we're never lost. We're able to put a finger on something and to be able to tell some form of time or some form of detail that someone could be telling us about a situation, right? And I just like this, and I'll just kind of give you the primal instinctive nature. You walk into a room, all right, and for some reason you see a guy who just flinched several times. His hand just went in his pocket, As you saw the waitress, she did several different moves. Looks like she was moving hurriedly. Eye gestured down. She has certain lines on the face that represented excitement. All right. See, the way I'm explaining this idea is that there's more detail than what meets the eye. Now, a person who's seeing just a third dimensional viewer, he comes in the room, same person, right? He sees overweight male, look like he may not be happy. He sees waitress, she may not be happy either, right? All right. He just brought somebody some food. Looked like he didn't really like cooking it when he cooked it, right? That's how we see stuff, right? So we have to be past that third dimensional, but be so in tune to nature that the very idea of you observing them is what we call attraction. It's almost as if your eyes can feel what's happening. It's when we all tap into that mode of what we call I've seen the show Dragon Ball Z. We call it Ultra Instinct. All right, but this is the aspect of us that we all have to gain, which is that warrior aspect. It's the aspect of impulse, the psychological aspect of impulse. So and animals use psychology all the time. I mean, it's a psychological warfare out there all the time. If you ever see cats hissing for 2 minutes, I've seen cats out there doing that before it even got on. I've seen dogs bark on the other side of the fence. They're really trying to impose some psychological threat on the person before the fight even starts. Right. So the idea is just like the warrior aspect is the same thing. Is that we're all trying to gain an advantage, right? And so the only place that you can really be someone and become a true master is at the world of impulse. If you're a person who's waiting for things to be thrown and then now you now block and throw, you're too late. It's just like baseball. When the pitch is thrown, your body needs to already be in motion so you have momentum to meet the ball as it comes. And so when we look at reality, it's the same idea. When we see people, we do not need to be these people that they come, they run into us, and then we react. We need to be these people that as we saw this person come and I knew this person is probably going to ask me for $10 to maybe $15. I ain't got it. I slowly make a quick left. I'll go up the street. All right, I do these things. But with some people, they miss the people coming and they walk right into it. Before you know it, they got to lie. They got to do all these people because they don't want to be straight up with them and tell them, hey man, I ain't got it and I really don't want to give it to you. Right. So it's like, we have to be that type of way. Or even the warrior aspect. We see a person coming to the ring. All right. And most people, this is the divine masculine, right? I want you to remember this is the divine masculine aspect that needs to be input into everyone. That's why the all-seeing eye is so important, because it's that divine masculine aspect that allows us to size and measure and be that true creator of our reality. All right. So the worry aspect is a person comes, you size them up. All right. You try to see what advantages you have. You see if he's big, small, slow. Can he move laterally? Can he jump? Can he do all these? This is something that we have to be able to process. Does he look aggressive? All right. Is he shy? Is he analytical? Is he impulsive? Is he critical? Is he deceptive? All these things are going through the mind. So just imagine how much of that can we discern right now? All right. How much would every woman pay if they could find out that the man that they're with now, right, who's now cheating on them and being dishonest, right? What if they could have found that out right at the damn gate? That right when you met his ass, that you knew his ass wasn't shit and you knew how to turn around, right? And walk away. Well, just imagine if you had that understanding to know that, hey, this dude is abusive. He looked like he got a good uppercut, and I think he didn't hit a couple of women. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this, right? So just imagine how many timelines that you can change, right, with knowing how to allow the right people that will empower your life, right, that will change your life, come into your life, right, by knowing exactly the nature of who they are as they came in. Right. That's how we start to build, and that's the main reason why, most cultures still haven't learned how to solve the cube, which is bringing all sides together so we can learn to work as one. Right. So that's just some of the basic concepts about the all-seeing eye. And, for me, I've been using it since the year of 2011. That's as it was taught to me. And then from there, I've traveled around all over the United States. As of 2013, I kind of gave up all my possessions, and I really wanted to master my art, and I wanted to teach it and to help cultivate it to the world. But I realized that most people wasn't quite yet ready to understand the in-depthness of what it means to have a facial recognition understanding, or the all-seeing eye, or an ancient understanding that really brought harmony to your reality. Because this thing is not something that you use just in basic reality. It's your inner compass to your consciousness of how you see life and how you're able to solve problems. So when you have that consciousness that you can see several different steps, it's like being a chess player. Well, one person only sees one move, you see 4 or 5 moves. You see several different instinctive natures before he even made his play. Right? That's the level of mastery that you need to get to. If you want to talk about beating the pressures or beating anyone, you have to be at that level where you're 4 or 5 steps ahead of whomever you're playing or whomever's against you. I don't care what kind of pressure you got. If you give, just let me get a look at them, and but I bet you I'll get a good understanding of what I'm dealing with. Tori, yeah. So that's just the idea, is that when we get to that level of mastery, that's when we can change our reality. We can't change shit if we ain't even mastered ourselves. That's the idea. Because once you know yourself and you know exactly how others are and the true nature of their selves, then you're able to get past the fake facades that people pull on you when you do catch the tail. Right? So that's just the idea, that when we really get hip and we really get serious with consciousness, then we're able to change consciousness. We're able to see the nature of consciousness and why consciousness needs to be changed, because we can see that people don't even see themselves down to the nature of self itself, just the very aspect of creation. Talking about eyes, brows, ears, nose, lips, forehead, neck, hands, all these different things defines your consciousness, but most people only see it as hand, brow. They don't see it as more than what it really is. And so that's what we have to do, is, it's, learning the all-seeing eye is the key into the higher realms, the heavenly realms. And once you understand this key, it's like a pass to go into those realms of understanding, where you're giving keys. Because most people, it's like, I like to say, it's like having a driver's license. Until you've shown that you've mastered self, why should you leave the teapot? Why should you go to higher levels when you really don't even understand consciousness itself? So when you're trying to become a master, these are some of the basic steps that you got to master first, before you can really start to see how creation works, and how the creator wants to change this reality, and how this upgrade is really needed if we really want to solve the idea of cube, and that's bringing all sides, so all sides can be square and all sides can see each other as one. So I'm gonna leave you with that, and hopefully this conversation can be talked about more. But and if you are interested in learning the all-seeing eye, I do an interview process. I don't teach everyone, because I feel like, and I know this is divine wisdom, and it's for those people who truly are here to enhance reality, not people who just they're here to just talk about how good they are, but people who are out here with the people, working with the people. All right, this is where the real reaping and the glory is won. That when you walk around and you see the many people's lives that you touched and turned, this is where you get your crown at. You get your crown here. When you look out here with these people that you see out here, these people give you a crown. The people you help, they put the crown on your head. You can't put your crown on your head. I don't know why people keep getting up, and I'm on the whole rant, but most people walk up and call themselves kings. No, the people's supposed to come up and crown you, man. That means that you on the front lines and you out here with the people. And this is where I'm at. I done been in all the hoods from, Los Angeles to Atlanta, Florida, Virginia. I done been to all them places. And I done been in the hoods working with common folks. Those folks who come to me, I'm not going to go and knock on your door and say, hey, learn something. But if we happen to connect and it felt spiritual, then maybe we learned something. All right. Peace out, y'all. Y'all have a good one. And how do I turn this off?